Hey there, good evening, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a nice night. Oh man, when am I ever gonna think to make a just chatting screen for Shining Force 2? What's wrong with me that I have still? Probably when we finish Shining Force 2 and move on to something else, that's when we'll probably get a Shining Force 2 just chatting screen. Anyway. There's some crickets in the background of this game, I guess. And wow, I do not know what's going on here. Let's see if you can see this. Oh, okay, never mind. Delson, good evening. It all looks fine in the stream. It just has changed, and it's all square on my screen now. So, yeah, whatever. As long as it looks okay, that's all that matters. Anyway, Shining Force 2 is what we're playing. We're getting back at it. We're in the castle. We're still searching for Creed. Look at that. The radio is tuned to 88.3 FM. I don't remember why we're going to see Creed. I really don't. But I know we were fighting some mice or something at the end of the night last time. And I don't remember if we won that fight or if we ran from it. Skeleton! Greetings, mortal. I'm gonna load the game. Matt, good evening. Not feeling great this evening. Something about whatever we had for dinner. We had like bagel sandwiches. Did not sit well with me. It's made my stomach really upset. So it's going to take a little bit before my stomach settles down and I feel like I've got enough energy. Soup is sup. So let's get this game underway. Maybe Shining Force, you want to do that? Ooh, the volume looks a little low on your end. Maybe it's not and it just looks low. But there, I push it up just a little tiny bit. Shining Force 2 quick load. Alright, we're back in the hotel. And let's see, did we update everybody that wanted to be updated? Sarah's still going, she's at level 30. We're just doing a quick recap here. Sarah is a priest at level 30. Chester, our Kinti, it's a knight. He's 24, so he'll be getting his promotion soon. Jaha's at 24, he'll be getting his soon. Kazin just got upgraded to a sorcerer. Slade has been upgraded to the ninja. Looks super awesome. He looks like a rat instead of a mouse now. Peter the Finks looks like he's I don't know. Looks like he'd steal your girlfriend or something. May has just been updated to the Bow Knight. Geralt is 24, so he's on his way. Luke, 23. Elric, 23. And so far, we don't have enough people in the party to have to switch yet. We're good with just the people we've got. I do think we're going to have to fight the mice again. Like, I don't think I finished that fight. Also, did I go explore over here? Sorry, I don't feel like I'm just not. I feel like I'm lacking energy. I gotta get myself moving here. I gotta get going. Gotta get pumped up a little bit. I'm gonna put the Powerade aside and download a little. I'm going to drink this protein drink and see if that helps. Do more crack. Do more crack. Drugs are bad, okay? Sorry, that's showing my age a little bit, isn't it? If you're in the market for a protein drink, this is not sponsored. This is just I like this product and I spend a lot of money on this product. They're not because they're expensive, but because I drink a lot of them. These Fairlife protein drinks have 30 grams of protein, 2 sugar, 150 calories, for the entire bottle. It's a lot of calories, but not really for a protein drink, and only 4 grams of carbs. And they taste like chocolate milk. It's so good. They're so good. They're the only protein drink I've found that I really like drinking, and I have to drink one of these every day because of my surgery. I'm supposed to have a protein drink every day, or else I don't get enough protein in. So if you're looking for a good protein drink and you like chocolate, check them out. They make 2 different ones. This one in the white bottle with the lighter colored label is the better of the 2 in my opinion. If drugs weren't awesome, they wouldn't have to spend billions telling you they're bad. They also wouldn't have to spend billions telling you to take the ones they want you to take. All right, we're back in the fight with the giant rats. It's going to go a little differently, I think. Wait a minute. What am I doing here? I don't want you to... I want you to stay where you are for now. Our sorcerer looks a bit different. He's starting to look a little bit more like our priest. We're going to try to take our time a little bit, move our tanks in at a decent, get our tanks up front, let them block a little bit more. Even though my hero seems to take a lot of damage still. He is, I guess, low level now, right? I don't think there's anything that can come over here, but I may have put him. Nope, it doesn't look like it. That rat might be able to get down, but I don't think so. Oh, okay, that guy can get up there. All right, Chester, I hope you can take a hit. You can take a decent hit. 14 damage. You've got 50 points of life. Chester's in good shape. He's got nothing to worry about. Elric, come on over here. Shoot this rat. May looking up May. Archer in plate. An archer in plate. That's interesting. What kinds of spells? Now I forgot. He lost all of his spells. Kazin, when he became a sorcerer, lost all of his spells. And now he has Dao, which I think is an earth spell. He no longer has access to fire spells. Oh no, it's like a literal genie pops up out of the ground and pulls rocks with him and kills stuff. So it is an earth spell, but wow. That did some serious damage. Gotta love it. Not an archer, a bow nut. That's right. Forgive me. Forgive me for just calling her an archer. Okay, I'm hoping that Luke will still get to go before the slime does. I think he should. Is it Luke? No, this is Luke. I'm talking about the guy that looks like Luke from the first game. We're just going to stop here for now. Switch to that spear. Five points of damage. That'll, it's not much. It is interesting. Like, I feel like this game is such a game of low numbers. You get used to playing Final Fantasy and you're like, you know, at the start, sure, things hit for like 7, 8, 9 points. By the end of the game, you're doing 9,999. Nothing is ever going to reach 9,999 hit points in this game. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we can't even get somebody to have 99 hit points in this game. I'd really like Jaha to gain his level soon. Like, this fight would be a great place for it to happen. Chester, I better move you back up by a healer. You know what? I think I'm gonna chill here. If I go here, I'm putting her in danger, but she can reach him with a heal. There we go. Hey, level 4. Stack our people over here. They're gonna be waiting a little bit for the tanks to catch up. Leave Chester back there in the back now. What's kind of crazy to me is I feel like we actually already have a really good party, and I don't think we even have half the characters in the game yet. That rat is really close. I don't think I can get a tank to the rat, so I'm probably going to have to just put Slade in danger and hope for the best. I should have sent some other guys out there to help him. Oh, I forgot. We still don't have a sword for Slade. So we just want to get somebody over there and burn things down fast. Wherever I put him, he's gonna get punched in the face a lot. And he can't take a hit as well anymore as he could before he lost a bunch of levels. I think I might leave him back here and hope for the best. Hey, Squid, good evening. How are you doing? Come on, Chester. You can do it. All right, Slade. Oh, ow. Ow, ow, ow. Slade could die. He could die. All right, probably not, though. We might be doing okay because of the way the slimes decided to move. Squig, did you see? I put your squirrel punting endeavors out there for the entire world today. All right, Slade. I know I threw you out there, buddy, but it's time for you to back off. Oh, whoops. Ouch. That was bad. That was really, really bad. Absolutely meant to have him cast a spell. Just got myself a legendary for my healer, and I keep thinking that running the game as a group might be ruining the story for you. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I can always play it again. I can certainly go along for the ride for now. Wait, have none of these people been hit? I guess not. Okay, well, that's fine. Low level heal. Whoops, not detox. There we go. On you, Kazin. Congrats. Might have to, honestly, but fair warning, it is really heavy. I don't mind a really heavy game, honestly. I kind of enjoy it. Move you back here behind everyone. If drugs weren't awesome, I never would have ruined my life for 10 years before becoming a better person from before I even started them. So there's that, I guess. I don't think that's the most glowing endorsement I've ever heard, Delson. Although it did include you getting your life together, and that's what matters. Makes me happy. Now, if only I had you closer by so that we could play more D&D. Do drugs and become a better person. If only we could find a way to become a better person without the doing of drugs. Any game DM I'll find a way to come to. Hey, we should get a game going soon. There are... Man, if this got taken out of context, it could sound really wrong. There are drugs that I am glad they exist. And then there are other drugs that will completely ruin you. But, you know, there are certain drugs that I could take and be very, very much better off than I am on a normal day. You're right. Well, thank you for saying that. Saying that is nice of you. I don't think it's true. I think I can run basically one kind of D&D game fairly well, and that's dungeon maps, and that's it. That's about all I can do well. I don't do great storytelling when it comes to D&D. I don't do great role play as a DM. But, you know, lets me do really stupid cool stuff. I mean, you know what? If it's not going to break the game and people are going to have a good time playing it, I usually will try to allow it. And also, I kind of like the challenge of being able to find a mechanic that I think will work well. Topher, ow! Rolled your right foot. You didn't break or sprain your ankle too bad, did you? Haven't played D&D with me as a DM. Not D&D. We did play briefly a modern game, what we were playing, I think we were using CJ Carella's Witchcraft, weren't we? For the like 30 seconds that we got to play that game. Yes, it was a Witchcraft game. Excellent. Excellent. Not broken, maybe a slight sprain. Either way, that's not fun at all. I've done that, and oh man, I would not want anyone to have to go through it. And loved the LARP. Well, I didn't. DMing a LARP is different. And also, I had really good people doing most of the work. Why is it bothering you that the roommate is a troll to horrible people on the internet? Okay, I have a hypothesis on this because it bothers me too. And I think it's because I expect more of the people, like I don't expect the people that I am friends with to stoop to the level of people that I would not be friends with. Which is probably selfish and horrible of me. It's probably making me stoop to the level of the troll, but that's my theory. Oh, because I think it might be a personal thing. We might not be threatened by it, but it might be like you know, the people that okay. Let me put my thoughts together here for a second. There is a saying that you become like the 6 people you spend the most time with. And so if that is a person you're spending all your time with and you recognize a behavior that you wouldn't want to have in yourself, there is a little bit of an innate fear that you could grow to accept and tolerate that and even start doing it yourself. And I know this happens because we just went through this with some of our friends, or well, with a particular friend, where we have allowed ourselves to become desensitized to a certain type of behavior, and so because we didn't feel threatened by it, we started to just accept it as normal. That's my theory. Maybe that's putting too much of my own personal demons into it, but that's how I'm seeing it right now. We do need to talk about that soon. Because it has been something that has directly affected you for pretty much the lifetime of the friendship. I have no friends around me. Squig, that's the best. You get to be just Squig. You have the great benefit of being able to be yourself. I need a pet. You should. I mean, if you can have a dog, you should have a dog. That's just the truth of all of reality. Yeah, we definitely need to. And I'm not, on that account, Delson, I'm not going to count anyone, including myself, as in the clear, because we have all been a part of allowing that kind of toxic. I mean, it's supposed to be joking, but when it's on such a personal level, it isn't always a joke. We think of it as one, but it doesn't feel like it. You know, and for my role in that, I'm very sorry. Agreed. It's time right now for everyone not just my friends group, not just you guys, and not just me, but like literally, if everyone would just take one step to just be less of a, I'm gonna say a bad word. I'm gonna say a bad word on stream. If everyone would just take 1 second to try to be a little bit less of a dick, man, we could make a big difference in the world. You know, I don't want to get into. We will talk. I don't want to get into specifics, but I will say, Delson, for your part of it, in a lot of things, I've always felt like a part of it was a defense mechanism, because I feel like you've been lovingly attacked, basically. Like you have friends who've kind of attacked you through. Oh, I hate this term. I hate the fact that I'm going to use it through like. I would almost say microaggressions, but there's nothing micro about it. Specifically with internet trolling, there's an association with that behavior and a lack of abstract empathy, which implies a certain level of sociopathy. Wow, that's way deeper than I would have expected. Like I wouldn't have been able to think that deeply. Eventually see the end of the word toxic cancer, uses verbs. It'd be a step in the right direction. It would be if we could get rid of those behaviors. I don't like the term cancer. I would prefer the term toxic over the term cancer. You know, strictly speaking as someone who's lost people to cancer. Streaming with me will make you like me, and that you do not want that. That's what we do, Delson. We have the important discussions. Well, we try. I can be really lighthearted, but I've got some depth. And then I cover it up by trying to be funny, which I'm not good at. Because when I get too serious, I start getting emotional, and I'm scared of my emotions. Taught that you're supposed to act online the same way you would act in real life. It just doesn't seem right to troll online if you're not willing to do that to someone's face. Oh, I just died. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing here. And now I've lost the game. Great. Okay. Well, that was good. Anyway. I agree with you on that. You should act online the way you... In fact, you should, no matter what kind of anonymity you have, you shouldn't hide behind it. That's cowardly. You should stand up and say what you're going to say. If you want to say something, say it to someone's face. But that's easier said than done, and I recognize that. That's true. Delson's got a point there on that account. Did anyone else die except my main character? Nobody is dead. Did anyone else hit 25 while I wasn't actually paying attention to what was going on? No, they did not. I don't want to make this come across to sound like I'm justifying anyone's behavior, because ultimately we're all responsible for our own crap, but there is a certain aspect of male social behavior that is incredibly problematic, especially in regards to destructive emotions, in order to avoid intimacy. Because we've been conditioned to believe intimacy is inherently anti-masculine, which is unfortunate. Killed in the game. Let's be honest. The fight in the game is all secondary, right? we're here for the community. Let's go here. Hey, wait a minute, rat. Don't pick on Slade. Pick on someone your own size. Slade's not even armed. Jerk. That, it may be a little better, Skeleton, but it still ends up having the same impact. Okay, let's move right here-ish this time. I bet it does, Greg. And part of the problem is because we've made that such a normal thing societally that if somebody sees you only at the surface level, they assume that you are like everybody else. People never think they could just say please or hi, right? It does. It'll drive you crazy if you dwell on it too much. Like people, oh. But then there are things that we're being taught now that see, now I'm gonna get myself in trouble, because now there are these things that are I'm going to say progressive ideals that I have been taught in training that I in fact think are absolutely terrible. Like, I can't deal it. I think if we're going to throw around if we're going to bandy around the word toxic, I think these ideals are going to lead to some pretty problematic things in the future. For instance, at the university where I worked, it was in our training that if you are a male employee, you should never initiate a conversation with a woman at work, period, under any circumstances. Because because just having you talk to her, even if we're talking about co-workers, that it's going to cause her to be intimidated by you talking to her. You should never say the first word to a female co-worker. And I'm like, doesn't that sound like I'm just going to exclude her from everything? Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it sounded like to me. Stay away from needless arguments. Oh, I'm all about the needless arguments. It's the needless arguments that I'm really good at. It's the arguments that are important that I shy away from. I think Delson, the idea is that the hope, the ideal, not the idea necessarily, but the hope is that it will lead to that if we can reach a point. This feels like a saturation thing. Like, if we reach a point where enough people accept it as normal and can get the identification in their head, that it will move on. It just hasn't reached that peak yet, that place. scale of fun. That's where we are complete opposites. I will fully argue something when I know I'm wrong. In fact, sometimes I enjoy arguing so much that I will intentionally take a bad side just to see if somebody else can support their argument. It's a horrible trait, but I have it, and I've done it before. I got called out for it at work once. I worked for a bookstore at Missouri State University, and we got into an argument about local businesses not being able to serve people based on anything they want to, for any reason whatsoever. And so that is of course a bad stance. There definitely, I definitely agree with that. There are certain times you shouldn't have to serve, but there are definitely things that you should be protected. You should not be allowed to just not serve somebody for any reason whatsoever. Especially in like things like housing, which was the real problem in our area. We had housing laws that allowed you to discriminate for a lot of reasons. And so I took this side, and the argument I had with one of the guys I was working with, it got big, it got blown up. And eventually another one of the guys I was working with, after the whole thing was over, another one of the guys, that I was working with came up to me and said, "I've talked to you before. You don't believe a word of what you said, do you?" And I said, "No, but I just wanted to see what he was willing to fight for." So that's my negative trait, and I have to live up to it. I have to own up to it. Sorry. One of the reasons I like comedy, somehow people listen when people are laughing. And when the comedian is pointing fun at someone deliberately, people accept it without knowing. I think comedy can be a really good mechanism for discussion. I think some of the best comedians have made us really think about things without arguing. That's the thing. They don't want to start an argument. They're Socrates. Socrates' goal was always to make you come to the conclusion yourself. If you were going to look like an idiot, Socrates wasn't going to make you look like an idiot. He was just going to give you the tools so that you can make yourself look like an idiot. And I feel like that's what comedians kind of do. That's a kid poking. We're raised to be contrarian, and I'm a contrarian. A kid poking an anthill because he wants to see what happens is exactly what I was doing. I was poking the anthill, trying to see what happens. I totally agreed with what the guy was arguing. I just wanted to see how he was going to be willing to argue it, how far he was going to be willing to go. And man, I did have to come back to him and tell him later. I had to talk it out with the guy and say, look, I was just saying what I was saying because I wanted to see what you really truly wanted to believe, or what you really truly believed, and what you were willing to say to me, because I was like I don't know, at the time probably 10 15 years older than this kid, and he did a great job. He was really good at arguing. He knew some of his facts. He had a lot of emotions without facts behind them, but he knew some facts that were good. I felt bad afterwards. Our father's primary form of communication is Socratic arguments. Yes. Isn't it frustrating? Isn't it frustrating? The problem is I'm not good at it. I'm not a particularly good argumentarian. Is that a word? Required to take high school speech and debate. My first gathering, the school's directors nearly called an ambulance because I turned white and had a pulse of 200. Holy cow! You weren't required to take speech and debate after that. Man. Was that... Yeah, you were in high school, so yeah, okay. But that would have been well after my wife left that job. There are great satirists in the stand-up world who are fully embraced a difference between satire and just being a d-bag. See, I'm still conflict avoidant. I will. That's what I was saying. I will only argue, and I'll argue just about anything, but only if it's meaningless. That's my problem, because I get too emotionally charged when I mean, like when I need to be right, or I mean something with my argument. When it's important, I get so emotionally charged. I start being unable to logically make an argument. I just become my head goes all fuzzy, and I start seeing red, and I just start thinking in violent thoughts, which I don't like. It's and then I scream and I yell and I throw a tantrum, like a 4-year-old. When I hear people complaining about criticism haven't had a good critique, it's fair, because a lot of people cannot and should not critique unless they're asked. Well, agreed. In fact, I would go so far as to say most people don't have, and they're too ignorant of the topic they're willing to critique to be able to make a good critique. I think do we run Delson off? Delson, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to run you off. I just got talking and I started hearing my own voice, and that's what I think I just got wrapped up in the conversation. I haven't even played any game. I had put my controller down. That's how much I got wrapped up in the conversation. Just trying to keep up. Fair. Harder to do for you, isn't it? I never really think about that you have to go through, read everything that way, and then you're trying to decipher my words from the rest of the conversation, which is also hard, because I bet that's hard for just about everybody, because there's like a minute long delay, isn't there? Especially with Matt's frequent essays. Hashtag brave words. Don't you miss it? Maybe not everybody does, but I do. We're drinking on multiple levels tonight. We've got this weird blue lemonade. It's like raspberry, like blue raspberry and lemonade mixed together. And then we got this weird mixed berry Powerade thing, and I'm done with the protein. Man, I'm talking so much. I'm gonna have to drink like crazy tonight. Your viewpoint is so neutral. I mean, I think you're free to express your views in here, Squig. But, you know, if you don't feel like you have an argument in one way or another, you also don't have to feel like you should be pressured into making one. You know, if you don't have anything you want to say about a topic, you don't have to say anything. Which is weird. That's something that has taken me a lot of work to kind of get in my head too, is the option to not say something at all is always there. And I forget that constantly. I'm always like, oh, I have to say something. I have to say something because everybody's expecting me to say something. Not really. I'm just paranoid and believe everybody's expecting, and a little bit in love with myself, I guess, because I just expect that people want to hear from me. Never feel educated enough about a topic to critique, argue, or participate most times. My own. That is definitely a self-esteem issue, because Delson, I can start listing things I know you have better than average knowledge of. And probably there are things I couldn't list because you have way more than better than average knowledge, and I have none. Like, I have no knowledge of what it's like to to go through the kind of fires that you went through in California. I have no knowledge of what working in the industry. What is it called? What were you doing? What was the job that you used to do? It's where you supply chain. Weren't you in supply chain? That's what you were doing at the time, right? I don't have any knowledge of that. Isn't that what your degree is in? See, you have plenty of knowledge. I can't sit here and pretend that I have any idea to know what it was like going through the 90s as or even the early 2000s, especially as a gay man. Good grief. I have to turn to you and ask, or else I just remain ignorant. I mean, you don't have to feel like you have to reply because, you know, it's not necessarily your job, but you're the person that I have and I know and I feel comfortable asking. Never offer their opinion on why they don't have a job. I don't either. I figure I've been close enough to that many, many times, and I'm very lucky not to have gone through that. But what I do often when I encounter someone who's experiencing homelessness is stop and listen to them. You would be surprised how many people, like, you get approached by someone on the street who maybe they're asking for money, which happens, and you say you have nothing, but you just stay there and talk to them. They really just want someone to acknowledge that they're there, and they want to tell you their story. And man, you can really make a difference in somebody's day just by stopping and listening. Each decade's experience of the LGBT community, I would watch something like that. I did just start watching a series it's on Shudder, I believe, on queer representation in horror film. You guys know that I'm like, horror and role-playing games are my things. I also like comic books and wrestling, but my knowledge of those is a little bit lower than my knowledge of horror and RPGs. And so anything that has to do with horror. So, you know, I had just watched Horror Noir, which is a great series on black representation throughout horror history. And now I'm watching another one, and I wish I could remember what it's called. I may have to look it up, because it's a queer representation in the history of horror, and it's pretty interesting. Simple answer: it's none of my business. Haven't worked out in 3 months. Oh man, I got back on my bike for the first time this week after my 30-mile ride last month. Like the first time in like 3 weeks I've been on my bike since I rode 30 miles. My body was not happy. Had the best conversation with homeless people. We talked about a cool mural on the side of a building and how people don't appreciate it, and that he was glad I was for. Oh, that's cool. Sometimes I wonder if you get more respect for what is there when you don't have as much distracting you. You know, when you've lost what you had, do you get more respect for the things that you still can see? You know, the things the experiences you can still have, the stuff that you can still get. We all need to feel validated and seen and acknowledged as human. I think it is a shame certain aspects of our society are othered. I would love to say that is a part of human, you know, just being a member of society that we can change. I hope it is that something that someday we can change. I think it's going to take a lot of work. I think it's so ingrained in who we are, probably partially in our fear that it will happen to us, that we will be working on that for centuries, maybe. I don't know. I like to think humanity will still be around for centuries, but I don't always believe it. He warned me that the guy under the stairs wakes up grumpy, so best to avoid him. Told me he gave up his job and he's been happier than in a long time. Wow, that's interesting. See, that's something you would just never expect to have that conversation until you actually just stop and listen. Could I go so far as to say, in an ideal world, like an idealized Star Trekian future, one of the ones where it's mostly peaceful, like maybe the early seasons of Next Generation or something, to say, not just judged on the merits of their accomplishments, but on the merits of their efforts to accomplish things. Because that's the thing. Some people will work and work and work, and things will just not happen. Whether we'll be here in centuries, yes, it really is, unfortunately, a whole other conversation to have. A hierarchy of needs below self-actualization so that everyone can aspire to self-actualization. I mean, that would be fairly utopian ideal, wouldn't it? Wonder if we're going towards Star Trek tech now with all the AI stuff. We've been moving slowly towards it for a long time, I think. We're constantly coming up with another thing that's straight out of a Star Trek episode. The culture of the Orville is what I aspire to. Yes, that would be wonderful. That would be an idealized future for me. If you guys don't watch the Orville, it's the best Star Trek in my opinion. It's not Star Trek, but it's Star Trek, and it's the best one. Delson, enjoy your D&D game. I hope it's getting you supercharged for the next time we get to play. Not because I'm trying to push you or anything and saying that we need to be playing sooner rather than later, but also I'm trying to push you and saying that we need to be playing sooner rather than later. Working on our game, excellent. And you're always, we try to maintain the best community on the internet right here. If you're watching this video tomorrow or another day down the line in the future, you want to be part of our community because we're the best community on the internet. This is the best gaming community on the internet for sure. Maybe one of the best communities in general. All 6 people. Hey, if it's only 6 people, that's fine. It might be 6 people tonight, but who knows? Six, pardon my language, 6 damn good people, though. Oh, yeah, Jaha there was needing a heal. That's right. So there we go. Now we've got a timeline set. Now I got a timeline set. MA won't be really available for until after his move. But once that move is up, all bets are off. Come back here. Put you in front of him. You can take a better hit than he can. You probably can too, honestly. Way to go, May. Good job with the dodge. Are we going to win this fight this time? I've still only been halfway paying attention. Hey, Chester finally makes level 25. Wait, 2 more places popped up. Both didn't have AC or fans of any kind. What? They still make places without AC? Well, I guess it could be an older place. Why did I do that? What was I thinking? Maybe I wasn't. Maybe that's the problem. Jaha could have been down there killing that rat. I'm going to put him out in front and he's going to die again. One guy wouldn't stop talking about all the bug issues they've had like it was a point of pride. What? Oh, what is wrong with this picture? That's pretty crazy. Kazin, getting rid of Kazin's spells was 100% worth it because his one spell that he has is really good. Like, it's a really good spell. Oh man. So I haven't had those in a long time, but I came from a family that was very, very poor. Growing up, we were incredibly poor. And so those were just a fact of life. And I have to tell you, this is going to be the story that really disgusts you. This is the story that really grosses you out. So I remember being very young. And oh man, we were very poor. We lived in this little trailer, and one night, like, ice cream was like a really, really special treat. And my dad would sometimes make malts, like in a blender, ice cream, malt stuff. And I had a straw. It was one of those like straws with the curls in it. And I remember getting my dad making me a chocolate malt. We were having them as a family for a dessert. And I remember using my cool bendy straw with the loops in it and sucking through that straw and sucking up. Yes, there was a cockroach in the straw. And I have to tell you something. To this day, I cannot use a straw that I did not unwrap without running water through it. Like, literally this afternoon, I got one of the metal straws out of, I couldn't drink chocolate shakes or chocolate malts for a very long time afterwards. But I got a metal straw out of a drawer, and I have to look through it and make sure it's clear. And even though I can see it's clear, I still have to run water through it to make sure that there is nothing inside of it before I can use it. That's my horrible cockroach story. It turns my stomach a little bit just thinking about it. Oh man. Oh man, it was terrible. Man, if Peter keeps getting any stronger, he's going to like solo the game. When they can gain invisibility powers. That's what it felt like. Oh man. Yep. Overcoming a little bit of a gurgling stomach just thinking about it right now. Thank goodness that's not something I've had to deal with for my entire life. I know people who still deal with it, like still have cockroach problems in their homes, and I feel sad for them because I don't know if I could do it. I think I'd rather live in a. Of course, you probably have cockroaches if you live in a box on the street. But I was going to say I'd rather live in a box on the street than live in a home where I could not sleep because I was paranoid things were crawling on me in the night. It's terrible. I'm a horrible person. I keep looking down at the mic and you guys get to just stare at the top of my head. Sorry about that. The same place had AC issues. For that, I had scorpion issues. Just want a place with no bugs and working AC. Scorpion issues. That's something I've never had to deal with. Does that make you super paranoid? Because I would think that would make you super paranoid. Wish I had AC, but it's only 103 degrees, so I won't die because my little tiny fan blows 90-mile-an-hour winds. Oh man, I saw your little tiny fan, and I was like, fans are one of my favorite things in the entire world. I really legitimately love a good fan. Four years where I couldn't sleep with sheets on the bed because I needed to see if anything was... Wow. Arizona has crazy bad scorpion issues. I'll take cockroaches over scorpions any day. I've never realistically had to deal with scorpions, so I probably would do the same. I would like to think I would rather have cockroaches than scorpions, but man, I can't say I have a phobia of cockroaches, but if I see one in a house, I can't sleep there. Cooled the area around my desk by 20 degrees. Sheesh. Well, Geralt's dead. I think the boss hit him really hard. These last two rats and the boss are just heavy hitters. Ooh, Elric's level 24. He's still got a full level to go. Let's get up here. Jaha, you can't go up there. If you do, you're just going to die. Finally, Jaha's level 25. We got two more guys who can go up in level. Pets also take all the issues. Pets will, kill the scorpions, I guess? Or do scorpions just not come around because they're scared of your pets? She probably could have used heal 3 here. Might have been a better choice. Oh, just the smells. Interesting. Last time I was there, we stayed with some people. They told us not to walk around at night because they could be around. Interesting. See, and I've always been told, you gotta watch your shoes. You gotta watch your shoes because there could be scorpions in your shoes. Okay, we're gonna let Luke die as long as he can keep the boss from hitting someone else. Yep, nope. Willard's gonna come past and go straight for my priest. Slade, you could be so good if I just got you a sword. I'm sorry, buddy. They just want nothing to do with you, so always think of it like that. So, scorpions have a lot in common with brown recluses, huh? Brown recluse wants nothing to do with you. That's why they're called a recluse. I don't really know if that's why they're called a recluse. But it's kind of there in the name. They're reclusive. They will, however, hide in your shoes. Oh, you stepped on him. We're on the wrong weapon again. I might be too lazy to use a knight in my party. Having to swap back and forth between the lance and the spear is time consuming. Oh, Sarah, you're dead. I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to heal before the boss got another turn. Scorpions exist deadly in an environment for me to be happy there. I think I'm going to regret moving back to Missouri. I should be moving north to like Greenland. You don't want to live in Greenland. I'm going to keep you away from the fight because I don't want you to die real easily. Man, he's just strong now. It's great. Kazin, I love it. We've defeated the fight. Is there anything else in here? Were there any treasures or anything I needed to find in here? It doesn't look like it. It's a little treasury of buttons and such. Buttons or poker chips, maybe? Constantly sweating fatty who runs a natural high as a... do not talk to you about yourself that way. That's horrible. I feel like you're not robbing me of it. You're not robbing me of the funny dialogue. I'm very good at listening to the dialogue while you guys talk. And like I said, there's nothing... It's not like the game's going to go away because we finish our playthrough. You know, there are so many characters to play in that game that I'm kind of looking forward to trying out that I'm gonna be playing it again. Goliath? Goliath! Goliath! I'm here, I'm coming. My resting body temperature 99.3. Whew, that's high. Nothing I sent there is objectively false. Oh man, that's a high body temp. I see. I'm constantly cold now, so it gets. My house is cold to me. My wife is dying. She's like you. She's sweating to death upstairs, and I'm freezing. So it's the middle of summer, right? I have a heated thing that goes under my sheets to keep my bed warm that my wife turns on when she goes to bed so that it's nice and toasty when I come to bed. I have a sheet and a blanket and a comforter. I keep myself nice and warm. I do sleep with a fan though. I can't sleep without it. And I've been sleeping with it for way too many years. Why I was trying to mention that you should do the leading more when in our sessions. The problem is when I lead, I'm pretty much going to just lead at random. Like I'm going to pick a quest off our quest list and just go. And that's the issue is you guys know where we're going. So I just follow. I feel like in our game, I'm along for the ride. But if we go through the story and there's stuff I don't see, it'll be fine because when I do a playthrough for myself, I will probably hit every side quest I can pick up. At least part polar bear. Yes, Mr. Creed? My collection is rather noisy today. Oh, yes, what? No, I added to your collection today. You did what? Did you just smack him? I'm sorry. I tried to stop them, but they jumped through the magic door. You didn't lock the door, did you? I told you to always lock that door. I think he smacked him again. Anyway, I want to see them. Right away, sir. Rather you just take control of stuff? I can do that. I can just take control and go somewhere. And just hope that you guys follow. I'm fine with doing that if that's what you'd rather see. Don't even need hot water in my shower right now. I need little chunks of ice to shoot out at me. Oh, wow. Ah. I want this weird looking, what is this guy? Some kind of, he looks like an undead pirate to me. I heard something. Are you Mr. Creed? Oh, wait, I forgot he's grown up now. Are you Mr. Creed? Oh, someone from my collection is talking. You must be one of the people Goliath was talking about. We came to see you. Please return us to our original size. You came to see me? Why? Make us bigger. My neck hurts from looking up at you. Oh, sorry. It's better. Both of us have already played Far Beyond You, so I think Topher is just trying to make sure you don't skip stuff, but you really won't miss anything as long as you don't progress into the second act. I mean, you've seen how I tend to play these games. If I'm going to miss something, it's going to be because I felt like I was taking too long. Like that's my problem. That's the problem I'm always going to have as a streamer. If you're on board to watch me, you're going to see this happen in every single game. I want to do all the content. And then I start getting this like paranoia, this like paranoid feeling that I'm spending too long on a single game and that I need to move on a lot faster. And then I try to rush through the like last third of it. It's a real issue for me. Abracadabra, 1, 2, 3. Meander, I'll follow you around. All right, that's what we'll do. I'll just start picking a quest and going for it then. Well, like, stop. Okay, I mean, that is what I legitimately. I know you meant that kind of jokingly, but also kind of realistically, and that is what I need to do. I need to just go, okay, we're going to be playing Shining Force 2 until December. As long as I'm still having a good time with it, I'm going to keep playing it and hit every... I'm going to 100% this game if I want to. I mean, Shining Force 2 is not going to take us until December, but it might take us through the rest of August. I don't know. And sometimes that's legitimately sometimes what I need to do. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 is a very big game. When we played Skyrim, or when I play Cyberpunk, because I'm going to be playing Cyberpunk at some point in the relatively near future. I say relatively because I've been doing this for 7 years, going on 8, which, by the way, in case you guys didn't know, I started this 8 years ago, or it will be 8 years in February. And then I left. Some of you will remember. Matt will remember. Squig, you'll remember. I was here, and then I was gone for a few months. I left for a few months, and it was very emotional goodbye and all that. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. And then I came back. And then I totally forgot last week that the 12th of August was the anniversary of the date I came back and started playing RPGs on my stream. The day that I switched from a MMO streamer to an RPG streamer was the 12th of August, 7 years ago. So last week we had our 7-year anniversary as an RPG streamer. Nobody else really cares, but it felt like an important thing for me. Wow, we're back to normal. I can't believe we were so small. Now, why did you want to see me? Oh, yes. We want to know about Xeon. Xeon? You said Xeon. The king of the devils who is sealed in Ark Valley. Did something happen to Xeon? Has he revived? Perry nods. No way, you're kidding. I can't believe it. Noisy fairy, be quiet. Baldur's Gate 3 is a huge game. It's not a game you play fast. You have so many ways of doing things. It's meant to get lost in, so get lost. I love it. I really should do that. Just going to say the people who care about what game you're playing aren't really part of our... That's true. The people who care about what game I'm playing may stop by and watch a video or something. Probably not. But they're obviously not here to watch the stream. I mean, I think you're mostly right. I think you're mostly right when you say that. When you say most of us are here to watch you do something for 3 hours, I'm not sure that's the truth. To a certain extent, I think that might be what brought some of you here. At this point, I think most of you are here just to hang out. We wouldn't even have to be playing a game. We could sit here with a blank screen and just have a good time. We could be in Discord just chatting. Maybe they won't fit anyway. True. That's what we're here for. We're here for the conversations. The game is just backdrop. I just happen to love playing role-playing games. So that's why that's the backdrop. Role-playing games are my thing. They're my jam. I love the role-playing. I love the stories and the characters. But really, I'm here for the conversations too. It's my therapy. Our community, our gaming nights, the chat, this is my version of group therapy. That's really what it is. You know, I used to describe this job as being a bartender. I was like, I'm like an unpaid therapist, so kind of a bartender. I play video games and people talk to me. Tim, you gotta die. Oh, it was hilarious. And here's the best. Here's something that I love about this. I know this means nothing to you guys, but it meant something to me. I got to learn a new skill today. All because Squigbiz's character, kicked a squirrel, and I did not ever expect for when a little gnome or halfling or whatever squig is, I don't know which one, punted a squirrel, for the squirrel to basically erupt in a geyser of blood, hit a rock, and erupt in a yet more blood came out of that squirrel than should have come out of a human being. So I got to teach myself today how to do a blur filter in Premiere. And I know that means nothing to you guys, but it was really fun for me to learn something new. No, do it again. Oh, I think it was less pissed off and more of a minor frustration. But I think it's fun. I love that. I love that they have so many destructible environments. I was getting a lot of enjoyment out of shooting beams of dark energy at spider webs yesterday. Your tracking wasn't horrible, and I didn't have a ton of patience. I could have done better, probably, but I only had about half an hour to try to knock that video out today, between all the other things I had to get done during the day today. I had half an hour to knock that video out, so it was as good as it was going to get. Thunderwave is, oh man, I can't believe Thunderwave is so useful. So that's the problem with D&D as a tabletop game, right? Is when you play on a tabletop, unless you have a really good DM or really good battle maps, spells like Thunderwave are less useful because most people don't account for having multiple level battlefields, or battlefields in which you can throw you can actually move somebody into something that could hurt them or threaten them. Those things tend to get dropped by the wayside. Now, when you're playing with miniatures and some really good terrain on a tabletop, that's when they become a lot more enjoyable. And then when you put it into the video game, you can actually see how the environment is supposed, you can see where the idea behind the spell for its interaction with the environment was probably there all along, and we just never really took into account because tabletop gamers tend to think in two dimensions. Basically, a lot of people play D&D like the way that I'm playing Shining Force. Every battlefield is just a two-dimensional battlefield, and you maybe have some terrain that slows you down, but it's rare that you go, oh, we're now fighting on a bridge and a misplaced thunder wave literally kills everyone. Really best when abusing the options you have to solve a problem. Only get frustrated when the realization gets robbed from someone. Just runs off and does things off screen. See, to me, that's just that's Topher in a nutshell. That's his personality, and that's what I love about Topher. I played D&D with Topher, and that's exactly what I expect from him. And what I think is what I do think is kind of fun about that is it's the element of chaos that brings. I'm pretty sure you were super frustrated when Topher threw a potion and got us into that fight yesterday. And on the inside, I was giggling, I was giddy, because I didn't expect that to happen. And it may change the way the story plays out or whatever, but to me, it's something I'd have never done for myself. I wouldn't do that in a playthrough. I just never would have thought to do something like that in a playthrough. And so we got to experience something cool that it was just a totally chaotic, improvised moment, and I love that. That's the part of Topher's personality that just makes me happy. But it is chaos, and sometimes it's really hard to keep up with. Matt, I've played on a few of your battle maps on virtual tabletops, and you're actually you're probably one of the best virtual tabletop tactics guys that I've played. Like, because I played in like 3 or 4 different groups on a virtual tabletop now, and most of the time, it's like playing Shining Force. Even when they have an intricate map, they treat it like it's 2-dimensional. Leaned into the murder, minor spoilers, it's absolutely changed the story from then on out. Now you get to experience S&M torture from a guy who enjoys it too much. There you go. See, and what's great about that, if it absolutely changed the story of Baldur's Gate 3, that's amazing. That means Baldur's Gate 3 is a really incredible game that's going to have replayability. And I love that. I love that. Yes, embrace the chaos. You know what? I'm playing. I can play Smeech as a truly chaotic character. I really can. When I try, I've done it in a couple of games. I could turn on the chaos if I need to. Is what you say true? You see how I don't even segue. I just immediately go back to reading dialogue. Perry nods again. So, Xeon will appear again. He will destroy everything. Sir, the new additions to your collection are missing. I know. How? It doesn't matter how. Now go away. Wow. I can't believe this is happening. Oh wait, that was the fairy that was saying that. I thought that was the other guy with the green hair. You know, Grand's Island is covered by a dark cloud. At the same time, North Paramecia has had no rain. South Paramecia is okay, but... That's because of Volcanon. I fear for Metula. Volcanon and Metula are invulnerable to everything except Xeon. Indeed, Xeon is extremely powerful. Xeon, oh gosh! Goliath, what are you still doing here? I have no time to scold you now. The evil spirit may know something. The evil spirit? Wait. Undead pirate guy just left to consult the evil spirit? Been making notes for if I'm expected to run a game in October that will really make the environment shine. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Future hints when I say I rolled under a 10, chaos will happen. That's what the dice is for. That's cool. So you got yourself a set of physical dice. You're just rolling at your desk or something and going, I can't make this decision for myself. You're Harvey Dent. You're Harvey Dent who has replaced his 2-headed coin with a die roll. Taking the fire giant fight up to 11. Oh man. So when you here's the thing, Matt. When you tell me things like this, all it makes me want to do is push you into running a game more. Like if you ever wanted to get out of the forever DM spot that you are stuck in, telling me these things isn't a good way to do that. In my personal run, I save scum everything I really don't like, honestly. If I got annoyed because the roll was consistently so bad, I would spend the next hour rolling until you mean like we did with the book? Like I think we spent like 40 minutes trying to get through that book last night. Worse. I mean, as long as you're getting enjoyment out of the game, that's not bad. It's not like you're competing for something. I can see some people really hate the idea of save scumming. They think it's not a fair way to play the game. Playing a game is about having a good time, unless you're competing directly with other people. If you and one other person are both competing for something, neither one of you should be exploiting things, or you should both be exploiting things. I don't know. But you're just playing the game for yourself. Enjoy it. Do whatever you need to do to get fun out of it. Joke about being a forever DM. I am a storyteller. It's my blood passion. Well, good. I'm glad it's a joke because I will keep pushing. Both you and Delson, I will keep pushing into DMing as much as possible because I don't like my DMing. I don't feel good about my DMing. I never feel comfortable as a DM. And that's just that's my my lack of self-esteem and my paranoia creeping in. I always feel like people leave my D&D games going, that was okay. But other people would be better DMs. Maybe we should get somebody else to do it. That's the conversation. Most people probably don't actually have those kind of dialogues going through their head 99% of their day. I have those full out dialogues, conversations running through my head constantly. Got to a scene last night that all the rolls were supposed to be 20s and 30s. I spent 2 hours trying to get a 30 roll. A 30. Good. What level are you at? Your skills have to be so high to be able to roll a 30, or your bonuses have to be that like amazing. So what did you need? What did you actually need to roll? What did you need to roll to be able to reach a 30? I guess we're gonna go meet the evil spirit now. Okay, so Creed is just a bad guy. Like, he lives in a volcano. No, I mean, like, with your bonuses and everything, because you can't roll higher than a 20. Like, did you have 10 points in pluses that would let you get to a 30? Would chokeslam a bear if I could be a pro DM? Wouldn't that be the... I could not ever be a pro DM. I wish that I was good enough to be a pro DM, but I could not. A companion save... Oh... Yin Queen Tilora Senora, hear my voice. Evil spirit, come. Whoa, the evil spirit is a madball. Hey, evil spirit is appearing. Hey, listen. It really is. I don't know if you... Were you guys even alive in the 80s? I don't know if you'll remember Madballs. I have a comic book. Garbage Pail Kids versus the Madballs. That looks like a Madballs to me. Ah! Creed, what do you want? Xeon? Xeon? The king of the devils? Yes. He was unsealed. What is he doing now? What is he going to do? I need to know anything about him. Anything. I've got something. What is he doing now? He's channeling his mind into the nature of all things. Shh! Be silent. He's got something. What did you find? The barrier around Grand's Island is too strong. I can't see anything. Please try again. If I touch something of his, maybe I could contact his mind better. Perry, you have the Jewel of Evil, right? Is this true, Perry? That's one of the magic jewels used to seal Xeon. Give it to me. But we can't remove it. I can. Let me see it. Ah! Whoa! What's that light? There are two. The other one is, they called it the Jewel of Light. What? Perry, do you have both of the legendary jewels? I can't remove them. The chain is made of mithril. Show them to him. They might help him. Yeah, show them to the evil spirit. No, nothing has ever gone wrong when you had the words evil spirit in the sentence. You have to have bonuses for everything. Asterion can do it, but even he struggles with a lot of it. Essentially, the roll has to be a 20 or higher, and then with bonuses to hit 30. So you can't roll higher than a 20. You can't roll higher than a 20 on a d20. Use those squishy balls as stress balls. Baldur's Gate 3 has a lot of moments like that. Larian will allow you to roll through a battle, but you gotta really go for it. I mean, that's the way it should be, though. There should a lot of DMs, really good ones, will give you a way to go around a battle without fighting, because they don't want you to be a murder hobo. I'm just really good at murder hoboing. Perry displays the jewels to the evil spirit. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. I think I can do it now. Let me try again. That face is gonna haunt my dreams. Ark Valley was opened, and Xeon was revived. Go on. Xeon's devils are coming to Parmesia from the sky. Where are they heading? North Parmesia. Something has happened to Metula. I can't see Xeon. What do you mean? He's still in Ark Valley. He has revived, but he has not recovered his full strength yet. But he has already created a lot of mischief on the ground. Is he that powerful? He is. His power. His power what? His power. I am Xeon. I am the king of the devils. What's this? Who's contacting me? Do you want to die? Go! I see a jewel. The jewel of evil. He's seeing us through the eyes of the evil spirit. Impossible. You're Perry. I see you. Listen, Perry. Bring that jewel to Ark Valley. Why should we? I'll return Elise to you in exchange for the jewel. Come to Ark Valley. Go! All right, this is a creepier scene than anything in the first game. No! Evil spirit exploded! That's Xeon's power. If he revives fully, his power will be unimaginably strong. Creed, how reliable was he? I mean, evil spirit. Very? Why does Xeon want the jewel? No more questions. Without evil spirit... Maybe that's just his name. Maybe that's not a descriptor. Right? Like, I was assuming that these were adjectives. He is a spirit who is evil. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe he's just a guy who happens to be a giant floating head, whose name, first name evil, last name is spirit. He didn't say without the evil spirit. He said without evil spirit. They showcase that you can absolutely talk your way through everything. People are abusing Bard for that reason right now. That is what a Bard's good at. It's not abuse, it's mechanics. It's where I try to explain things in a way that people don't yell at spoilers. The simple act of knowing you can do it does not let you just do it. You still got to succeed the way it should be. You have 3 boss fights right now that you can absolutely convince the boss to kill themselves. Wow. Okay, that's pretty that's pretty cool. I've seen fights where you could, convince a boss, we don't need to fight. We can get along. I could leave if you let me. Just give me the cool, widget and I'll take off. But killing themselves, that's nuts. The rolls required are 20s and 24s though. Larian makes you work for it. Like the health food. The option that it exists for you to be able to do it is more tempting. It is tempting. I love how often I seem frustrated when we're playing the game with my failures. I kind of love how often my character fails to do something and it ends up going badly. Because that to me feels like a classic D&D game. You can try to do anything you want. Not gonna say it's gonna work, and it might turn out bad. It's Smeech. If it can turn out bad, it's going to. Can you imagine how much work had to go into giving you all those options? The company deserves every bit of praise they're getting on this game. Sure, it's got a few bugs in it, and it doesn't run perfectly on my system, but my system's older than they probably intended the game to run on. But still, they've done an amazing job. I'll absolutely sit down, pick a save point, and go get ready to roll for it, and then reload and roll again and again and again just to see what happens. Creed! Hey, don't leave me here! Wait for me! Alright, well. This was an interesting interlude. We've gotten nowhere tonight. It's been absolutely wonderful. We've had some really serious good discussions. I've got almost no gameplay done. It's pretty great. Investigated the bookshelves. A book, Evil Contact. Magical changes. Hold on. I guess you can't get around there. I was going to go check those statues up there. Demon Kings. Newt cooking. Just the eyes. Vampires. Call of Evil. Man, this guy is he's either a serious bad guy or he really, really wants to fight bad guys. Study of Runes. Basic rules of possession. And Gods versus Devils. I can't get past these books to read that other one. Maybe the Jewel of Evil has a secret. Storytellers and Tristan might know something. Tristan is in North Parmesia. Oh, is a dwarf sick, really? Okay, I think I can help him. Bring me to him. Perry decides to take the ferry with him. Look at this. We're getting quite the train of followers now. I wanted a companion. I found out how to get her, picked dialogue that led me in that direction, then saved and prepared to roll 20s. Took me an hour to pass 2 checks. But you passed it, right? That's what really matters. She killed me. She killed you 6 times. Eventful night. Oh, okay. Ooh, completely different type of game. My master would like to help you, Perry. Please choose one. Oh, no. Oh, guys, I'm going to need help. This looks like a healer. I'm Karna, a priest. I think I'm rather young for my profession. I don't want to stay in this awful place forever. Choose me. We're probably going to choose Karna. But we've got to pick from like 4 people. I'm Tyrion, a mage. I studied magic in Pompeii. I'll miss my friends, but I can be of help. I'll go with you. We got a warrior guy down here. Oh, hey, old man warrior. Hey, I'm not only a dwarf, I'm Randolph. I'm known as the strongest warrior of my people. Okay, I have a comfortable life here. He doesn't care whether he goes or not. And then we've got a knight. I definitely don't think I'm going to take the knight. I'm Eric, a knight. I was looking for a magic sword. I would do anything for Mr. Creed. Please, choose me. Nope. What a pity. Then I wish happiness to all of you. All right, so here's the thing. I feel like I really need a second healer. So these are really, in my head, it's down to two options. Either the healer, Karna, or this mage, because we could always use a second wizard. We've got a sorcerer. It would be cool to have a sorcerer and a wizard. We actually have an option to get said healer now that we chose to kill everyone, but it's your choice. I don't actually get her until you don't actually get her. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. A healer that we can only get now that we're killing everyone. This wouldn't be your favorite character from Baldur's Gate 2, would it? This isn't a certain, this wouldn't be a drow healer, would it? Oh, which one do I take? All right, what were their names? Karna and Tyrion? Oh, I gotta know which one to take here. I'm leaning towards Karna, guys, but I wanna make sure that I'm not gonna lose a really important person. Like, I don't want to end up not taking a Peter level character, right? So here we go. Here's what Shining Force Central says. Karna is often considered the best choice, as when promoted to a master monk, she can easily be leveled to 99, which we know because we're doing something similar right now with our existing healer. And I've been saying I need a second healer, making her both a super strong fighter and a useful spellcaster. It'll take time to build her this high, but she is well worth the work. Tyrion is a skilled magic user, and when it comes to selecting whether to use the secret book on him or Kazin, I'd say use it on Kazin because Tyrion's spells as a wizard are much more handy than Kazin's, which is what we said. We used it on Kazin, so this new guy would be a wizard. Tyrion has Blaze, Freeze, Sleep, and Bolt compared to Kazin's Blaze, Muddle, Dispel, and Desoul. Randolph is a hardy warrior, comparable with the other warriors in the game. However, his attacks are often better than Jaha's. Jaha's defense, though, is often better than Randolph's. So, I don't know that we need another tank. Eric is much the same as the other knights in terms of stats, and looking at their growth patterns, I'd be inclined to use the Pegasus Wing on Rick as opposed to Eric or Chester. We don't know who Rick is yet. I wouldn't call Eric an essential addition by any means, although I know many people like to have a full force of knights. Okay, I could have skipped everything else and just read this. At a certain point in the game, we'll be able to come back and recruit the other three characters. So it doesn't matter who we take, it's just a matter of who we want with us now, in which case, it's a second healer. No, that drow only comes with Shadowheart. So I'm putting up with Shadowheart in hopes for an option. I re-rolled for that reason once I found a YouTube video with her. Hope no one yells at me for spoilers. You still gotta grind those huge rolls for it. I mean, I don't feel like you've given us anything that's super spoilery yet. I don't think anyone's... If anyone's here and was thinking... And Squig, well, let's be honest. You might be the only person here. Matt's probably still here lurking in the background somewhere. But it may just be the two of you. Anyone who's here who doesn't know this, who didn't follow us over from Twitch, who might just be watching in the background, or who's watching the VOD later, possibly. Like, I don't know. The last one got 30 views, so maybe it's possible someone's watching it. Should know, I'm not against minor spoilers. I don't like super heavy spoilers for like storyline stuff, but you haven't done that. Because it's about the journey before destination, you know? Life before death, journey before destination. So yeah, you're not gonna bother me. You're not bothering me. Now if you just start laying out the entire plot of the final chapter of the game, I might be like, okay, let me learn that for myself. But I'll tell you if I'm worried that you're gonna spoil it. You should know that by now. You probably do. So nobody yell at Squig. He hasn't said anything. Karna, you're coming with me. Also, I like your hair. Something about Karna's purple hair just makes me think I need to have her in my group. Taco before burrito. Minsk won't come until Act 3, so I hope you weren't hoping we get him sooner. I know you were wanting Minsk. So I don't care if Minsk joins our group necessarily. I just look forward to seeing Minsk again because he's a fun character. He doesn't have to be part of the party. I just look forward to actually seeing him in the game. Yes. Karna the Priest has joined the Force. Oh, everybody else shrunk back down. That was really cool. Okay. Oh, she's now just going to follow in the line. We've got this huge, like, Dragon Warrior 4 level lineup now. Wait, can I go through this door? It's locked. A book called Channeling. Okay, what are we looking for? Isn't there a way to get into this room? Jaheira is amazing also, so Jaheira fans look forward to that scene. Voice acting is on point and she looks great. Oh, that'll be fun. See, I just really look forward to seeing all of these old characters returning, you know? Okay, so here's what I've just learned. Here's what I've just learned in this game. If you are pressing buttons, if you're just going around pressing the A button and there's something to find, you're going to find it. You don't actually have to use the search command. The search command is worthless in this game. I just found the running ring just by walking around and pressing the A button, trying to figure out if there was a way to shrink back down and go to the kingdom again. Right? Like, I'm investigating, nothing. Okay. There we go. And this time, see, I didn't have to investigate. I just found a medical herb. So now we know. Now we know. She's super sassy. It was great. I still feel really bad for Jaheira because, like, her significant other is still dead, right? They didn't bring him back for this game, did they? In the hopes that marketing doesn't promise something and not deliver for sales. I did kind of worry about that. Like, you know, they did that preview for the game where wasn't there a trailer for the game where, like, Minsk was like locked in a chest or something weird. And so when he's not in the game right from the start, I was worried that people were going to complain about it. Minsk is probably the best known character because of Boo. And because the voice acting in the original games for Minsk was so fun. Okay, what is this ring? Who got the running ring? You did. So I'm assuming the running ring makes somebody move faster. I'm actually thinking, let's transfer that. We're gonna give the running ring. I don't know who the best person to use it on is necessarily, but as far as I'm concerned right now, Jaha is so slow, it's hard to use him as a tank. Because he can't stay in the front lines. So I'd like to give it to him in exchange for, let's go with the Brave Apple maybe? Switch the apple. So I don't know if he's the best character to give it to, but I'm going to give it to him for now. We can maybe move it later. After the fact, my only negative is that the Underdark felt small. Then I discovered that there were tons of quests I skipped because I had no clue about them. I wanted the Underdark to be bigger. Interesting. I wonder if you saw the whole thing, or if missing those quests meant that you didn't see enough of it, and maybe it is bigger. Or maybe they will expand on the Underdark in a future patch or DLC or something. Who knows? Or even a Baldur's Gate 4. There's gotta be... Baldur's Gate 3 has probably already been successful enough to greenlight a Baldur's Gate 4, right? It has to have been. It's been the most played game on Steam since it came out, and it hasn't even had its console release. It's got to be successful enough for publishers to already be pushing for a Baldur's Gate 4. There are just so many. Okay, I wondered. Adler staying behind? Adler? I understand you. Understand what? Adler will remain here. Won't you, Adler? Adler, is this true? I don't know why, but I would like to stay. No, I must stay here. I must stay here. He's weak. He had better stay. Say farewell. It was great traveling with you, Perry. This Adler character... Adler's got to be a Chekhov's gun, right? Like, he's done almost... I can't say almost nothing, but very little. He's done very little for us in this story. And now he's just suddenly leaving again because he's too weak. And he's staying with this super powerful mage. He's got to be coming back at the end of the game. Beginning to think that streamers aren't telling people about stuff because they want to put out videos of it. That's not right. That's gatekeeping. That's like a mechanic not telling you how to repair something because they want you dependent on them. It's a fine line to have to walk. Because I can see myself, if I were playing the game, I can see myself, honestly, even now, I could see myself doing this playthrough with you guys on stream. And then, if I had the time to be doing this, playing off stream and making videos when I find mechanics that will, in the game, that can be, you can do stuff. Or, you know, just interesting things that would make good video content. And I could see doing that because if, like, unfortunately, a lot of people aren't streaming just because they need the outlet. There are a lot of people who are legitimately trying to make a living off of their streaming. I gave up on that quite a while ago. I'm just here because I need the outlet. I would love to do better. I would love to have a bigger audience and more content and all that. But I understand the appeal of wanting to do that with the idea of getting people to come and watch your stuff. So I get that. It does kind of suck. It sucks for people who watch a lot of streams and who just want to see people really dig into the game live. But I do understand the appeal as a content creator. It's there. I can show you a walkthrough if you want. Then you can see step-by-step guide. Which would be interesting. So that would be something that you could do if you were streaming, to walk that line. You could go, I'm going to do this. I'm playing the game. I'm just going to play the game on the live stream. If you want a more detailed walkthrough of how to do these things, then doing an alternative video that walks through step by step and explains it to you, I can totally see doing that. It'd be a good way. It'd be a good way to do them both. I don't spend enough time creating that kind of content. Unfortunately, I rely pretty, and Matt hates this. Matt hates this. I'm not creating good non-live play content. And that's why, like, if I really wanted to grow a YouTube channel, that's what I'd need to do. I'd need to create good non-live playing content. And it's hard to come up with those kind of things. So when you see a game that so many people are so interested in, and you know that you can make content for it because you love it, you've already fallen in love with the game, and you're like, I have a million ideas for content for this game. It's hard not to just latch onto that and go, let's do it. Let's make a bunch of content for this game. Because it's got so much attention, I have a better chance of getting spotted. Turn out silly, stupid clips into videos. That's what I'm doing right now. I mean, Squig, did you see the squirrel moment video that I made today? I know what you want, but I understand because I'm not doing it either. Exactly. I know you understand. Oh man, I did. I turned the squirrel moment into a short, and because there's no way to clip things, as far as I'm aware, there's no way to clip things on YouTube. So I turned it into a short. And I posted it in Discord in the clips section, or you can just watch it on the channel. It's and then I at Matt's recommendation, and it was a good one. My son recommended the same thing. It was too long, so I cut it down further. I cut it from like 45 seconds to like 25 seconds. It's a funny moment. I very much liked it. I thought it was a very clip-worthy moment of the game. It made me laugh. I've been laughing at it all day. It's got like 150 views, and probably 40 of those are mine. I don't know if my views actually count, but I probably watched it 40 times and just laughed every time. Which, what does that say about me? You punted a squirrel, and I laugh at it every time I watch it. Thunderwave was super fun. That Thunderwave clip, I'm shocked that we haven't had more moments like that in the game. Of just flat out trolling each other, honestly. Really though, I'm gonna be upfront and say I expected that more from Topher. I expected Topher to troll me a lot more than you. But it was hilarious. That seems a little bit like a Smeechly thing to do. I would love to do sometime in the future. I would love to do just a 2-player game of this, like a 2-player game with my brother, and do Smeech and Vinoirus take on Baldur's Gate 3. Not even necessarily as a stream, just as something fun to do, and have us both actually roleplay it the way that our characters would have played. Now it's just a matter of honing your execution. Well, it's something. It's something. I guess I can only get better with practice, right? I mean, those are my first 2 shorts. Those are, I didn't even do clips. I was on Twitch for like seven years or so, almost 8 years, 7.5 years. And I never even made clips over there. So this is a new skill I'm trying to add to my repertoire. I'm not sure if I'll be any good at it, but we're going to try. Thunderwave was better time than Squirrel. Yeah, I'm sure it was. It was great traveling with you, Perry. Thank you. Please be careful. Perry, you'll learn the reason why he has to stay here soon enough. See, that's what I was saying. He's definitely going to join the group again later, right? Don't think about it now. Go to the north. You gotta love a game that's like, don't think too hard about this. Totally just get all off my back about this whole weird thing with this extra kid that did nothing. Did you guys know? I don't know if you guys, I know Matt owns it. I don't know if you own it, Squig, or anybody else who's watching. The Sega collection in Steam, did you know it's playable in VR? 149 views on the Squirrel. Hey, that's why I said. So, when it comes to YouTube Shorts, the views, 149 views is literally nothing. Literally nothing on a short, right? Like you need if you want to get monetized on YouTube, you have to have 10 million short views in 90 days. 10 million in a 90-day period. That's how short views compare to long form video views. So 150 views, that's nothing. That said, it felt pretty cool because in the first hour that video was live, it became the most watched video on my channel, which made me a little happy. I know that's kind of dumb, but I still feel new at the YouTube thing, and it made me happy to have a video with over 100 views. It's the first video I ever had, even if it's only 25 seconds long. It's the first video I've ever had with over 100 views. Pick one thing to improve every video, every time you make one. Baldur's Gate 3 really lends itself to those moments. I need to go back through because here's the thing: we're not gonna play Baldur's Gate 3 again until Monday, and it's hard to get a lot of good clippable moments out of Shining Force 2. We might have had there might have been some clippable moments of conversation. They would be not funny, but they would be good clippable moments. But it's hard to recognize those in the moment. So I'd have to download the whole stream and go through it and watch it again and try to specifically trying to find them. I almost need to make a command. I almost need to make a command that I can give to people who have a wrench where they can put a command in and it will tell my computer to make a clip, because I can do that actually. I think using this plugin that I have, then I could go back through them and try to clip them. That way I know what you guys think was a good clippable moment. I'm celebrating the milestones, man. Elder Gunn, hey, good evening. How are you doing tonight? Multiplayer is good because it gives you those moments. All right, we're supposed to be going north, I guess. Oops. Hold on. I wanted to see if there was anything I hadn't... Yeah, did I look at these? I was looking to see if there was anywhere in the castle I did not... is there another door that will take me out there? It doesn't look like it. Okay, I think we're ready to move on. Okay, I've got to find my way back to the mine. That's where, because the fairy wanted me to take her to the mine. All right, Squig, we'll see you when you get back. I don't remember where the mine is. Ooh, let's do some searching down here. Oh, that wasn't what I intended. I am ready to leave. Take it easy. And I wanted to search this little tree. Nope. All right, how do I get back out of here? Oh, right there. Okay. Ha 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 ha. Moving on. Keep moving on. Where did I find the mine? It's not gonna be in the trees because it's a mine. Is that it? That might be it. I think this is it. Let's quick save again just in case.
Where is the sick dwarf?
Oh, thank goodness. I sure am glad to see you. Here, please examine him.
Oh, I hope I'm not too late. Okay, let's see.
Let the fairy refill your heart meter. How is he? I don't know yet. Whoa! What? Are you okay? I'm okay. I'm fine. I feel great. Oh, how can we thank you?
I don't need anything. But why don't you help Perry? Perry, I'm going now. I hope your journey is safe and uneventful. Bye.
Bye, little fairy. See ya, eventually. Thanks to you, he's recovered. We all thank you. Take this gift. Oh, your hands are full. I'll give it to you later. Oh, hold on. We're gonna have to move some stuff, I think. Give.
Perry, give the brave apple to somebody else.
Oh, wow. There we go. Geralt can carry it. Luke can carry it. Geralt, take that. Perry is given a cannon. Now we have a cannon. Oh, so we can go and open the tunnel. We use it to destroy large rocks. Okay, guys, let's go back to Grand's Island. Everybody dig. Are they gonna... I thought maybe they were gonna dig a hole through here and I was gonna have another way out. But it doesn't look like it. Put the crap in the caravan. Use the boost foods. I know I need to use the boost foods. I don't have the whole party yet. I don't have all my characters and I'm worried. This is my fear. It's a fear that I always have. It's why I always collect, like I hoard my items. I'm worried about using the boost foods on the wrong person. Let's go out. Let's go out here. We're down to just 2 people now. There we go. Stop. There we go. Go in there. Depot. Depause. Who has all the good items? So we need to keep the cannon because that's a quest item that we're going to use here in just a minute. But we have Protect Milk and Fairy Powder. So, like, Protect Milk. I'm assuming Protect Milk is going to raise somebody's defense. And this is where I get into a problem. Do I raise defense on a character whose defense I want to be high? Like, say, Jaha, right? He's a warrior and a tank. He just needs a high defense. Or do I raise defense on somebody whose defense is super low? Using them suboptimally would be better than never using them at all. And I might never use them at all. Or I might use them once I've got all of my characters. What if I give them to a character and then he leaves the party because I find out that there's somebody better? Sarah's never leaving the party. Sarah could stay in. Is it Bright Honey? What does Bright Honey do? Pachung. I think you guys have told me all this stuff before, but my memory is notoriously bad. So let's find out, what does Bright Honey do? Boosting items. Here we go. These are the boost items. Protect Milk. Permanent defense increase. Boosts by 2 to 4. And so this is where I prefer to shore up weaknesses. Don't generalize, only specialize. So you guys have alternating opinions on this. When it comes down to it, my thought is always, because I lean towards being a healer. I always have, and I probably always will. Give everything. I go one of two ways. Give everything to your main character, because you know your main character is going to be in the party the entire game, and anytime your main character dies, you lose. Or give everything to your healer and make them your best character because they're the healer. So, like, Protect Milk. It increases your defense. Healers have notoriously low defense. I lean towards giving Protect Milk to my healer. I don't really know if that's the best thing to do. Especially since she's going to become a monk, and she may not need it after she becomes a monk. Healing's what you do after you kill all of your opponents. See, healing is what I do while everybody else is killing their opponents. That's why I main a white mage in Final Fantasy XIV. Although I do main, well, when I was playing World of Warcraft on a regular basis, mained a Death Knight instead of a healer, because I tried healing in that game and it sucked. I do still sometimes, or did still sometimes heal as a shaman. I like my shaman healer. My other option would be, I could go one of two ways, because we could do Kazin. We could give Protect Milk to Kazin as our main caster, because he's probably got the lowest. Let's see who's got the lowest. Okay, first let me go through this. I'm getting way ahead of myself. Let's get rid of things that are needed when we level up. Like the Warrior Pride. Jaha's not going to use the Warrior Pride, so we can deposit that. We can deposit the Vigor Ball. And then we can look at stats and see who actually literally has the lowest defense. Here's another piece of mithril. May has a quick ring. I'm a red mage at heart. I wish we had a red mage in this game. I would love to have a mage in this game that could cast like 2 offensive spells and 2 heals. That would be great. I don't particularly love the red mage in Final Fantasy XIV though. I'm really not a fan of the playstyle for the red mage in Final Fantasy XIV. I like my red mage to just be a combination of a caster and an offense. I like the red mage being a jack of all trades. You know, half black mage, half white mage, half warrior. That's 3 halves. That makes the red mage better than everyone else. All right, status. Defense. We're looking at Sarah's got a 33. Chester only has a 31. He's a knight. Kazin is a 29. And May is a 29. But May is, well, May has a move of 6. Kazin has a move of 5. Elric is a 28. I have a really bad feeling Elric's not going to stay in the party the entire game. I don't know that for sure, but I have that feeling. Feels a lot better and more like the class fantasy when you get to the high level. That could be, because I think my red mage is at only like a few levels higher than whatever level you get red mage at. It's got to be in the 30s. Because I think almost all my classes are in the 30s. If they're either 30 or whatever the level is for the end of the expansion I'm in. That's really the two options. Karna only has a 26. No, 27 defense. But she's only level 24 also, right? Yes. And she's 33. I think I'm gonna use the defensive item on Kazin. I think that's what I've decided. So let's item give. Who had that? The protect milk. Pass the protect milk to Kazin. Use protect milk on Kazin. Boosted by 2. So we didn't get the best boost. Maybe I should have saved scummed that, because we know that can boost by 2 to 4. I should have saved scummed to see if we could get a better defense, but I didn't, and so too bad. Your melee combo trigger spell combos, trigger melee combos. Oh, see, okay, that might be cooler then. That might be cooler then. I shouldn't judge. Like you said, classes at high levels or at the end game they're not even their classes until you get above what, 60 or 70. And I'm judging a lot of classes by what they are in the mid 30s. What else do we have? Okay, the bright honey. The bright honey has to be, yes, permanent MP increase. Boost by 2 to 4. Okay. Now, MP. I wish this thing showed max MP instead of current MP, because Sarah, I don't know. Sarah should not be at 16 MP. I think I'm going to use that. I think Kazin is going to end up getting most of my stuff. My mage is really strong anyway, so let's do it. Let's go for it. Why not? I'm wimbling too much. Okay, so use bright honey on Kazin. I could have used this on Sarah, but like I said, I think the monk is going to get strong enough. We aren't going to need it. Raised by 2. Should I try save scumming and see if it works? Let's try it. Let's just try it once. Sarah, Bright Honey, Kazin. Raised by 2. Let's try it again. We're only going to try this like 2 more times because it may not change if we don't do anything else. Let's forget it. Let's just forget it. Let's go with it. Let's just leave it the way it is. Hilo, okay. Having all the jobs at 90 except Ninja, which is at 71, I feel like around level 70 is where the job starts to feel like the job. From there, you feel like you're advancing in the job. But when arguable downside, Final Fantasy XIV programming philosophy on minimizing button bloat is that the more levels you get, the more spread out abilities become. To an extent, I feel like they work to minimize button bloat. I like the way some higher level abilities will override lower level abilities, so you just don't have access to the lower level abilities anymore. But there are still a ton of abilities. Okay, fairy powder. Is that... No, that might have been an item that is needed for leveling up. I could probably throw that in. Well, a promotion item. That's what I'm thinking of. That's probably a promotion item. Fairy powder. No, it's not. What does fairy powder do? What does fairy powder do? Oh, it's a restorative item. Cures poison and sleep. Okay, it's an antidote, basically. So we can hold on to that. Chester, power water. All right, power water, I'm assuming that is definitely going to want to go to whoever is going to be your main attacker. Except we could give it to Sarah, who's going to become a monk, and actually attacking is going to be one of the best things she can do, right? I think this is a case of use that on your main character. It's either got to be my main character here or Slade. And I think the best choice is going to be using on our main character. So power water, we're going to use that on our main. I just get his power up. Okay. What else do we have? We gave him the running ring, healing water, medical herb, cheerful bread. That's permanent HP boost. Okay, this is another one where it's like, do we use it to shore up somebody? And I think that's probably our best choice here. Somebody who has... Is Sarah... Oh, Sarah's dead. I can't see their maximums because I need to bring them back to life. Someone who has a low max HP. This might be another Kazin moment. I think it is. I think we're going to use that on Kazin. Casters tend to have the lowest HP, right? I have not gone to buy Slade a sword yet. I've got to get back to a town first. Max HP raised by 4. Good enough. Okay, anything else? Oh yeah, the running pimento. I don't know. I don't know who to give that to have move faster. We might hold on to that because that might be a good one for... I want to see how the monk acts once we get one, so I think I might hold off on using that. But what about the Brave Apple? Brave Apple. Okay, so here's what it says about the Brave Apple. This is a great item as the character it is used on will have all the usual stat increases of a normal level up. Great if you want to promote someone, but they're not quite there yet, or if you want them to learn a spell ASAP. So wait, essentially, I can give someone a free level up just by giving them the Brave Apple. What level are people at? So I could, if I would, it would be dumb. It would not be a good choice to give it to Karna just so she could get to level 25 because healers are super easy to level. We could give it to Elric though, and that will level him to 25, and then we could go and advance him. We don't want to give it to Luke because he only needs 4 experience to get to level 25. I think that might be the problem is I don't like Elric as a character, and I may not keep him so I don't know if I want to use it on him. There's got to be a better archer in the game than Elric, right? Or maybe I'm not even going to want an archer. I do have the Bow Knight. The Bow Knight is probably just an archer who's better. I think maybe we'll hang on to both of those for now. And see what characters we get. Because we might get another character who needs to be leveled quickly. So I think we're going to call that good. We're going to leave those 2 there. All right, now we need to go find... We need to go buy Slade a sword. Was there a vendor that sells weapons in this town? I don't remember. There may not have been. That is not a vendor's house. That is not a vendor's house. Or if it is, they don't have a sign, so they're kind of a crappy vendor. I don't remember if there was. If there was, there might have been on the 2nd floor of the inn. No, that wasn't it. That's where the guy who brings people back to life is here, though. Okay, raise. Sarah's exhausted, but I can recall the soul. Please do. Geralt is exhausted. Oh, I forgot about Geralt. Geralt's a pretty good character. I could maybe use that on Geralt. Welcome back, Squig. Let's see, who can be promoted? We're not promoting Sarah till 40. Chester is now... Chester could be promoted. We don't want to use the wings on Chester, correct? You got the Witcher? Is he as moody in this? Oh, Geralt? No. He's a werewolf in this game. We don't want to use the wings. The wings are for... We're going to use those on another night, I think. So I think we can go ahead and promote Chester just fine. Jaha, I know we did not want to use the item on Jaha. We want him to be a normal dude. Quick save, just in case. In case I'm making the wrong choice here. Jaha can be promoted to Gladiator, and that's what we want. We don't want him to be a Baron. There's another fighter later that will make a better Baron. So yes, Gladiator it is. He's the monster in this game. Yes, he throws punches with the best of them. I'm letting my posture slip. Gladiator level 1. I think we wanted to promote Chester without anything. I'm double checking because I can promote Geralt too. I don't think there was something we wanted to use to promote Geralt. Like we didn't need something for them. Priest, mage, archer. Oh, I could use the thing on Elric and turn him into a silver tank. But I think, didn't you say, Matt, didn't you say not to use, that the silver tank just sucks? There's no good reason to use it. Yeah, but we definitely don't need to do anything special for Geralt. And I think we're not going to do anything special for Chester. We're going to wait and get a better knight later. He's going to become a paladin. Oh, I was supposed to Baron Jaha? I thought I wasn't going to Baron Jaha because the Gladiator had better defense. Because I might need to reload my quick save, like quick load, if I'm supposed to make Jaha a Baron. Because I made him a Gladiator. Either way is fine. Okay, we'll just leave him a Gladiator because if he's already got the higher defense, if we can just improve his defense and leave him as just a big slow tank, I'm fine with that. And we'll get another warrior later and make him have the other abilities. Geralt the Wolfman, we're going to promote him to Wolfbur. What do you think Wolfbur is? So it's not Wolfman anymore, it's Wolfbur now, and I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Wolf Bear? That would be cool. Wolf Bear would be an awesome class, wouldn't it? Oh, Wolf Baron. I bet if you play the GBA version of this game, it actually says what it is. Oh, look at him now. He seriously looks like a wolf now. Luke is close. Elric is close. Karna is close. Actually, Karna is going to go all the way to 40 because she's a priest, and priests are easy to level. So we're going to turn them both into... Well, we have to get a second Vigor Ball, right? We only have one Vigor Ball, and supposedly there's a way to dupe it, so we might be able to get a second one. So if we can get a second Vigor Ball, we'll have 2 Master Monks by the end of the game. Now I want to fight. I want to get into a fight and see my new people in action. Alright. There we go. Too late to change now. I quick saved over the top of the last quick save. Let's go downstairs. Wolf Bear. Wolf Bear is gonna have to... I'm gonna have to make that into like a class or a race in a fantasy game soon. That's like the next coolest thing to bear with sharks for arms. Oh yeah, there was no weapon shop in there. We've got to find our way back to our starting town, which I think we can do by just going up here, can't we? Didn't we figure that out earlier in the game, that this puts us back at our starting town? Oh, we need... We need a place to buy weapons. That's an item shop. Just trying to picture bear with shark for arms, and that wasn't pretty. Have you never seen pictures of the monster bear with sharks for arms? Welcome back, Perry. I heard your journey was hard. Sir Astral was right. He said you were coming back soon. I'll go to the castle and tell everyone. I don't want to go to the castle yet because I haven't found the shop where I can buy a weapon. Okay, let's talk to the item vendor. Maybe it's all one place here. Nope, it's not. Well, was there seriously no place to buy items in this town? There has to be. There has to be a place to buy an item in this town. Wait, here's another building. It is a nice house. Anything exciting? A war against the devils? No, I don't want to go. There's the weapon shop. All right. I'm going to spend money on a sword now, and it's probably going to be replaced in the next fight. We need a whoa. I think we've got brand new items here. Like a ton of new items. Loads and loads of new items. Okay. Broadsword, Buster Sword, Heavy Lance, Large Axe, Robin Arrow, Assault Shell, Flail, Guardian Staff, Leather Gloves, and Power Gloves. Okay, we're going to go with Buster Swords. Obviously, it's more expensive, so it has to be better, right? Who gets it? Well, who do you think? Slade can use it. Look at the attack advantage for Slade. Perry can't carry it, so let's give it to Sarah for now. We're going to buy a second one. Give it to Slade. Equip it, yes. The Heavy Lance. That's going to go to Chester to replace his existing lance. We did not get a new spear. Right? There's not a new spear in this list, is there? No. Large axe for Jaha. Nobody else can use an axe, correct? The Robin Arrow. You need more money. I'm already out of money. Holy cow. I ran myself out of money fast. Oh, I need to go grind. The next fight we find, I'm going to have to grind until we have all of our weapons purchased. Okay, so let's sell. Oh, we can't sell the Achilles sword, but I can put it in a chest. Chester, you can sell the steel lance. Jaha will sell the power axe. There we go. Okay, Slade. We will sell the Thieves' Dagger. Anybody else? I didn't give anybody else anything yet, correct? I just replaced my nice mace for Shadowheart with a legendary that was too easy to get. Too easy to get. What exactly makes it too easy? Okay, so now we can probably afford a Robin Arrow. May would go to 55. Elric can't use the Robin Arrow yet. Probably because he hasn't been leveled up, so we're going to give it to May. What does Elric have? He has a steel arrow. May, take the robin arrow and equip it. Can anyone use the assault shell? Need more money. First, we want to sell May's steel arrow. Oh, May could also use that. Crud. Well, that stinks. I should have just skipped. Now I'm frustrated. Oh well. I'm still going to get it for her. We'll just hold on to the other arrow for now to give to Elric, maybe. Alright, now let's go to the castle. We are going to have to fight and get some more money and come back and upgrade our weapons further. Looking forward to finding the items. I thought I'd have to solve the big puzzle, but spoiler, if you have a rogue, you can lockpick and get the item. It's a 24 roll though. Still, that's pretty, I mean, that's how you want the game to work. Sometimes you want to solve a puzzle, and sometimes you're like, hey, I shouldn't have to solve a puzzle. I'm a rogue. Multiple ways of doing any single thing. Welcome back, Perry. Thanks to you, Grand Seal has many allies to trade with. You've also made a lot of new friends. Great job. I heard about everything from Bedeau. I never imagined Xeon could be revived. I understand that Volcanon is angry. It is pure D&D in that sense, which is great. That's great. In my book, that's a good thing. So Princess Elise must be... She's alive. What did you say? Is she alive? Yes. Is that true? Is it true? Yes, it is. Uh-oh. Everything just went dull. Oh. Perry and Peter explain in detail. So this is the Shining Force 2 equivalent of a montage about the ancient ruins and Creed and Xeon's message through Evil Spillet. Not Spirit in this case. Evil Spillet. They explain everything. Amazing. Perry and Peter, you've experienced a great deal. Sir Astral, what should we do now? Easy. We have to defeat Xeon and save Elise. Impossible. The king is right. What? Astral, thank you. What do we have to do first? We have to go to North Paramecia. We'd better go and see the storytellers in Tristan. Sir? Astral winks at the minister and smiles. It's an important job. Will you allow me to go with Perry? Sure, just bring Elise back to me. Be careful, Astral. It's dangerous out there. I will. Perry, I'm going with you as an advisor. Advisor Astral has joined the force. Wait a minute. Advisor Astral, is that a character? Or is he like the Oddler, where he's just gonna follow me around the entire game and never do anything? His name was retranslated into the language of this city versus the language of the pirate dude, because they do come from different parts of the world and probably don't. You know what? Headcanon, that works for me. I can accept that as a reason. We have to remove the rocks blocking the passageway leading to North Parmesia. Maybe we can use an explosive. I do have a cannon. You're back. Darling. Oh, you're leaving again? Darling? Wait, are we an item? Going to hang out and give you cryptic advice that you won't use on upcoming battles. Like the dragon guy in the first game? Okay. Nope. I talked to this guy and I talked to this guy. I was looking for, is it this guy? There's a guy somewhere in this town that told me that he could have explosive, I think, if he had a way to blow up the rock or something. Which I can use the cannon. There we go. It's this guy. Oh, that cannon would be perfect. Sir Astral said it was okay. Here is the explosive. Sarah received the dynamite. Dynamite. I finally found you. You're Perry, right? Pink Archer has joined the party. Who are you? My love, Elric is with you. Am I right? Yes, he joined us willingly. No, I don't want to stop him, but I want to be with him. Please take me with you, please. This is not a sightseeing trip, if you know what I mean. Wait a minute. Does she not just look like an archer who can maybe take care of herself? You're a little bit old-fashioned there, grumpy old wizard. Yes, I know. I still want to go. Okay. Oh, there we go. You look tough enough, anyway. Oh, really? Well, thank you very much. Janet the Archer. Janet the Archer has joined the force. Now we've got 2 archers. How many people can we field in a single battle? Am I at a point where I'm going to have to start picking and choosing who's going to go with us? Well, we got Janet the Archer. What does Janet the Archer look like in our thing here? Pink hat, she's level 24. We've got to go and blow up the rock. I mean, not literally. Let's not go and blow up the rock. Lose a lot of good movies that way. Hey, here we go. We've got ourselves into a good fight with a bunch of weak enemies that we've fought before, right? Dark Sniper. Wait a minute. No, these are new enemies. Skeletons. Skeletons were giving decent experience a little bit ago, but Dark Sniper is a new one. Lesser Demon. Another Lesser Demon. What else do we have over here? Hey, Dark Bishop. We fought those before. This will be a good fight to get some money from. We're not going to make it through this because we don't have a lot of time. Good grief, what is wrong with me? Like how bad is that? We don't got. I don't want to get too far down there. I think that that sniper's gonna get close enough either way. Put you right behind our tank there. Yeah, 5 minutes. Thank you very much, Squig. I knew we didn't have long. Whoa, that was quite the attack. And a second attack. I was like, if the Dark Sniper gets a third attack, I'm going to be very frustrated. Can you hit from there? Yes, you can. That range has gotten great. And she reached level 4. A Bownet. She reached Bownet level 4. I bet Slade is much, much stronger now with his sword. He'll probably actually be useful again. Come on up here, skeleton. I'd like to kill like 1 or 2 more guys before we run out of time. Chester the Paladin looking sweet. Doing decent damage. 12 is not bad. Oh, the counterattack kind of sucked. That wasn't fun. Oh, I really wanted to see what he was going to look like. I don't know if I'm going to get to. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We are finally at the point now where we have to pick a character because Janet is not on the team. And I'm assuming that that is because we've reached the limit of our number of characters that we can have. Stay up here, come here. Luke, come down. Whoa, yeah, down there. Great place for you. Can you reach with heal 2? No. Only with heal 3. I don't think it's worth it. I think we'll just put out a heal 1 and get some points. Whoops. Got like 1 minute left. There we go. Now we get to see what Jaha looks like. He looks pretty cool. He looks pretty cool. I really want to take him down, but I'm not going to. It's too dangerous. There you go. Come and let him tank. That'll be wonderful. Chester. Yeah, Chester's much better now as a paladin than he was. Or, well, with his weapon upgrade. It's really the weapon upgrade probably more than the promotion. Okay, now we can get Jaha down here and see what a gladiator can do. Oh, quickly dodge. But he swings his axe with 2 hands. That's fun. That's a fun change to the character. Oh, that thing is going dunk to dunk to dunk again. Back in the background. All right, we are about to have to call it a night. So we're going to play until it's our main character's turn, then we're going to teleport out of the battle, and that's where we'll save and call it a night. So just a couple more minutes here. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you guys very much for hanging out with me this evening. We had some pretty cool, pretty deep conversations that were a lot of fun. And I appreciate that. Thank you guys for those. Yeah, I just really appreciate you guys being here over and over again for me, and it feels really good. I hope you guys are having a fun time watching this playthrough of Shining Force 2. And if you are, be sure to come back on Monday and Tuesday when we're doing our multiplayer playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, which has been seriously fun and will continue to be so. We'll explore the chaos that is Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, there we go. I was going to teleport out. So I'm just going to quick save right here, and we're going to call it a night there. Thanks again. Until next time, as always, stay sharp and be excellent to each other. Have a good night.